you do something interesting. You go to Silicon Valley, right? And you get jobs that people would kill for. You go to Facebook, later Snapchat for a little bit, right? But how do you even, because you didn't go to Stanford, you're in the Army, which isn't always valued, I don't think, in Silicon Valley, right? I mean, it's like, okay, why didn't you go to Stanford or Harvard Business School, right? Oh, cool, you went to the Army, right? So I don't think it makes you jump to the front of the line. So how do you even get that job? Because I'm sure people watching this or listening to this goes, I want to work at Facebook. I want those jobs that everybody else wants too. And I'm sure that was one of those jobs. How do you even get there?
Yeah, I wish that I had a master plan and I was like, hey, here's the playbook, go and do it. I did not. This is going to sound horrible for me to admit, but literally when I first was contacted by the Facebook recruiter, in my mind, I was like, oh, there's people behind this website. Like it hadn't dawned on me that the website I use has like a company and like whatever. So, I definitely was not like, hey, I want to get to Silicon Valley. I want to get there. Maybe when I was very, very young, had visited San Francisco one time. I knew nobody out there. Like it was not something on my radar. What I had done though was when I was leaving school, again, I was supposed to graduate in 4 years, ended up graduating in like 5.5 years because I got deployed. And so I had this like extra level of maturity to me and I started a business. I frankly made every mistake in the book, then started a second business, again, made a ton of mistakes, but was able to be successful enough with those businesses where I knew just enough and can kind of just enough position myself to be interesting to a company like Facebook. Now, I don't even know if I've ever told this story before, but I got on the plane. They're like, we'll fly you out here. And I was like, well, I don't know if I want to work at Facebook, but like, if you're going to fly me to San Francisco, like I might as well go and check this place out. And so when I flew out there, right before I got on the plane, I had bought a book called The Art of Product Management. It's like this famous book all about product managers. The way I found it was I Googled how to be a product manager because that's the role I was going to interview for. And so on the plane ride there, I read The Art of Product Management. And then I got into the interview and I basically did my absolute best to regurgitate everything I'd learned from the book back to the people who were interviewing me. Right now, it worked great. But I think that was like kind of my approach to life was like, well, how hard could it be to be a product manager? Now it was much harder than maybe I had given it credit for before I did the job. Right. But what I just was like, I can learn it. And so it was very much the same thing in the military. It was very much the same thing kind of when I came back into school. It's just like, I can learn this stuff. And so, I had to read a book. Now you could just like go on the internet and figure this shit out, watch a YouTube video in 20 minutes probably and learn everything that I learned. And so once I started doing that, and I got kind of inside the belly of the beast, I think I had two major learnings. One was, oh my God, these people are incredible. The joke is that it's like every single week they send out these emails and they're like, oh, everyone meet Tom and Mary. We hired them. Tom's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. He has a nonprofit that saved 500,000 lives. And in his free time, he's also, a professional Ironman racer. Like, dude, where the fuck did we find Tom? Right. And Mary over here, Mary has sold 3 companies for $500 million each. And you're just like, dude, where are they finding these people? Like, they're all incredible. And so just being around high quality, high performing people, you obviously, some of it rubs off on you, but also you realize like, man, the secret of these businesses is that they just get a ton of smart people in a room and they're like, let's go figure this out. And they go and they figure it out. The second thing is there is very much lessons learned that can be applied across businesses. And so there's testing frameworks, there's leadership styles, there's management of meetings and like all these little tactical things that you can pick up. And I don't know if I would have learned. Actually, I'm almost confident that I would not have learned it if I went and got an MBA or went to one of these kind of schools. You have to learn it from the practitioners, right? You have to be in the room and you have to see them actually do it to learn it. And so in some weird way, rather than go get an MBA where I would have had to pay to actually get that education, I got the education that was more valuable and they paid me. It was like the greatest thing ever. And so I always suggest to people early in your career, sure, maybe you're the next Mark Zuckerberg, maybe you're the next, whoever who's going to go start a business. The average age of people who build successful companies is 42 years old. It really helps to have experience. That doesn't mean you shouldn't start a company when you're young. If you really think you got a good idea and you've got some way to do it, great. But for most people, the best path is probably go work somewhere among a lot of really talented, kind of high quality people, pick up the best skills from them, learn some stuff, and then go try to start a company later. And so, that's basically what I really did in terms of building any level of success. And so it worked for me. I'm sure it'll work for some other people as well.